I'm going to tell you something that's going to make your stomach drop today. Your company isn't pushing return to office and hybrid because they miss you. They're not doing it because of culture. It has nothing to do with productivity. They are doing it because they want people gone. They want you to quit because quitting for them, your employer, is cheaper, cleaner, and quieter. This is out in the open. Welcome to the Grind Hotline. This is not a show. This is a place where people in 150 countries tune in to get real help. If you are dealing with layoffs, RTO pressure, hybrid work scam, toxic bosses, or office politics, join the quiet army. Subscribe. You're not a viewer. You're one of us. Now let's get into it. The dirty secret nobody wants you to know. I'm hearing this from employees, from managers, from HR people off the record. They're saying the mandate isn't to bring people back. The mandate is to reduce headcount without calling it a layoff. And I'm seeing it everywhere. People who were thriving remote are top performers. People who were stable, productive, and delivering suddenly are getting hit with 3 days a week, badge compliance, core hours. And you're thinking, why now? Why so strict? Why are they acting like it's life or death? Because it's not about work. It's about attrition. It's about engineered exit. Listen up. Let me give you proof so nobody can dismiss this as emotional or dramatic. A major HR survey found that 25% of executives admitted they were hoping return to office or hybrid work would cause voluntary turnover. Let that sink in. They want people to quit. That is what return to office is becoming, a quiet workforce reduction program. Here's the next stat, and this one is even more brutal. A survey reported by Fortune said nearly 40% of managers believe their company ended up doing layoffs because not enough employees quit after RTO. So the playbook looks like this. Announce return to office. If enough people don't resign, do the layoffs anyway. That's corporate headcount reduction, just disguised. There's research tracking millions of workers showing RTO mandates cause abnormally high turnover, especially among skilled workers, senior employees, and high performance. So it's not just lazy people who don't want to commute. No, return to office and hybrid work forces the best people to quit, and companies accept that loss anyway. And that tells you something. You can watch this playing out in real time. Microsoft has publicly rolled out a move towards 3 days a week in office, with stage compliance pushing into February 2026. When big companies do this, what happens next is predictable. People will resign, roles will be eliminated, hiring will freeze. This isn't random. This is systematic. What's actually happening here? Let me translate this in plain, simple English. They are intentionally making your job harder, so the job becomes incompatible with your life. Your employer knows parents can't commute and pick up. People with health conditions get squeezed. So they build policies that create two outcomes. Either you obey or you quit. And the moment you quit, they win. Not because it's a layoff. It becomes the employee chose to leave. And that is what I call layoffs without paperwork. Let's talk the real psychology here and what's happening. Because this strategy isn't only financial. It's psychological warfare. Return to office, hybrid work is a dominance tool. Remote work gave you freedom, less politics, less bullshit. And once the employees experience autonomy, they become harder to control. So RTO and hybrid work does these three psychological things. Number one, it rebuilds surveillance, badge swipes, presence tracking, visibility. That's not leadership. That's monitoring. Number two, it builds social hierarchy. In-office people become trusted. Remote people start getting questioned. It turns workplace into a loyalty ladder. Number three, hybrid and RTO become an obedience filter. It's no longer can you do the job? It becomes, will you obey the system? And here's the real truth. Corporations don't reward performance first. They reward obedience first because performance threatens insecure leadership. Obedience makes them feel safe. Let me tell you who gets hit first and why it's not fair. Not necessarily the low performers. It's the people with real responsibilities. Parents, caregivers, people with long commute, people who moved away or refuse to play office politics. The company pretends you're not a fit anymore. No, this is a pressure campaign. This is corporate elimination, and it's intentional. I'm going to give you 3 shields that you can use today to protect yourself if you're in this situation. Shield number 1, negotiate before you're trapped. If you're interviewing, get remote, hybrid in writing. Not we're flexible in writing, and the role may be performed remotely. If you're already employed, ask for written policy details. Ask, what is the requirement and how is it tied to my role or my performance? Make them own it. Shield number 2, hunt for jobs quietly but aggressively. The moment hybrid and RTO becomes strict, that's your warning sign. Update your LinkedIn, activate your network, apply to remote first companies, build your options and boot your employer. Because after RTO pressure comes, promotions will get blocked. Your advantage is moving early while you look stable. Shield number 3, to protect yourself, document everything. This is where professionals win. Track emails, policy memo, performance history, meeting notes, any retaliation after you push back. If you end up being targeted, paper trail is the leverage, always. Let me end with this. Return to office is no longer about productivity. For companies, it's a stealth layoff strategy, a pressure campaign, a headcount reduction program without severance. And the people who survive are not the loud ones, not the emotional ones. They're the strategic ones. If this hits you, subscribe. And if you are dealing with forced RTO or hybrid work right now, comment your workplace situation below. We'll feature it. And remember, you're not a viewer, you're one of us. So join the quiet army and subscribe for protection. This is the Grind Hotline. This is Hard saying, take good care.